What's up guys, my name is Alex and welcome to my first live Supergirl recap video. Today we're recapping Season 3, Episode 3 as well. This is the thing that's happening. I'm kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie. So, we've got some things to talk about with Supergirl. Okay, so there are two main points, I guess two main storylines that happened this episode. It was a very family-centric episode, right? Two main storylines was J'onn's storyline and Maggie's storyline. I'm going to start off this live stream / this video on J'onn's side of the story because I liked his story, and then we'll get on to Maggie's. Just a quick reminder for those of you that don't know, I have done a live reaction to this episode of Supergirl. If you guys would like to check that out, that is on my Patreon. There is a link in the description. Yeah, So, J'onn, I really liked his storyline. Let's jump over to here. So him and Kara teamed up. As we know, last episode, McGann contacted him, said they need some help, right? So he and Kara head off to Mars in that cheesy as hell spaceship. It was so cheesy, but I really, really liked it. The car was great. It was just anyway. So they're heading off. It's a what's it called? Shape-shifting car. They head off to Mars to help the resistant white Martians. So if you guys remember from last season, McGann went back to Mars to help fight with the resistance. So there are some good white Martians that are trying to stop the bad ones, right? So they need help. They go over to help the white Martians. And so turns out that they are wanting a staff. The bad ones have got it and are trying to do something with it. Didn't really understand what they were trying to do with it, but they were going to do something that allowed them to find the resistance, right? So obviously the resistance didn't want that. They don't want to be hunted down. So they found another green Martian that knows where the staff is. Turns out this other green Martian is J'onn's dad. J'onn this episode, as you guys know, love J'onn. My biggest problem from season 2 was that not enough J'onn, and he always got nerfed. Although we didn't really see, he's been nerfed this season already, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, love J'onn and his storylines. Love it. Him and his father, this episode, killed me. How do I explain? I guess for the majority of the episode, J'onn's dad. Do we know what J'onn's dad's name is? Because Kara sort of calls him Mr. Jones at the end, right? J'onn Jones, but do we know his first name? I don't know. Anyway, so he doesn't believe that that's J'onn for a good while. He thinks it's another trick that the white Martians are doing. And so doesn't believe him. Heartbreaking, because he sort of implies that there's no way J'onn would go to Earth because he wouldn't flee. He would he wouldn't be a coward like that. And I just that broke my heart because J'onn was like, oh, I can't. Their scenes kill me. And then obviously the scene with the memory. So this was when sort of J'onn convinces his dad that he's actually him with a memory. These two kids, we'll get to kids with Alex and Maggie in a little bit, but kids usually annoy the fuck out of me, right? But these two are cute. This memory hurt my feelings so much. J'onn's dad's name is Myron. Is that how you say it? Myron Jones? Okay. So, do we, I guess, I'm assuming we don't know anything about J'onn's dad. We just know, not J'onn's dad, J'onn's mum. We just know his dad, which is cool. So, anyway, J'onn ends up convincing his dad that he's actually him. They end up getting information on where the staff is, where the evil white Martians are. And Kara turns up. This scene, Kara turns up in the car/spaceship, fucking blasting Britney Spears. I cannot. Like, I liked Kara this episode. It's just like, I've liked Kara this season, except for episode 1. I wasn't a huge fan of episode 1, because of the fucking brooding Kara. I don't know. It was just, I said it in my, my reaction video. It kind of felt like they had given Kara man pain, and I was like, how did they manage to do that? Anyway, so I was glad that she didn't continue on with that for more than an episode. But I really enjoyed Kara this episode, even though she wasn't around Lena or Rain for that matter. Totally ship them. Anyway, liked her. She was funny. It was a pretty dark episode, pretty deep episode. She brought some light to it, which was appreciated. Anyway, so they did their fight scene. They won. And they get like this the good white Martians get the staff. And then they're like, no. We shouldn't have this. It's very powerful. You guys should take it back to Earth. That's gonna end well, isn't it? That's really gonna end well. An almighty powerful magical staff that can just evaporate people is on Earth. Because I'm not even, it's that thing's either going to go two ways. It's going to be like the saving or the saving grace at the end of the season, right? Like they're like, oh yeah, we've got the staff, we can beat the bad guy with this. Or they're going to completely forget about the staff, like they usually do. They forgot about like an important detail in this episode as well, which is in my Maggie Alex sort of section I'll talk about in a bit, but yeah, that staff is either going to go one or two ways. Either it's going to be important at the end of the season, or it's just going to be completely forgotten. Who knows? Yeah. So yeah, we get, they win, they come back to Earth, they bring J'onn's dad back to Earth. He's adorable. I'm not going to lie, he's adorable. It's so cute. Anyway, so they made like a weird comment though. He was like, can everyone do that here? In regards to Kara flying, but like, they can fly. I'm assuming they could fly on Mars as well, unless... Do we know how... Because we know Kara's affected by the yellow sun, right? That's how she gets her powers. Mars is like... has got the same sun though, right? So I'm assuming they could fly on Mars as well. I don't know why they made that comment about her flying. It confused me. Anyway... that was J'onn. That was J'onn's storyline. Liked it. I really did. Brought me some feels. I am excited to see more about, J'onn's dad, right? I'm assuming there's more of a storyline towards that. Who knows? Maybe he might become the big bad. Oh, I don't want that. Anyway, so, yeah, that's J'onn's storyline. Really, that was probably like, obviously my favorite part of this episode. We're going to jump over now to Maggie's storyline, sort of Maggie and Alex's storyline. I really, really, really despise this storyline. Really did. There was so many things wrong with it. And I hate what they're doing to Maggie and what they're doing to Sam's storyline. Like, why are they writing it like this? I just cannot. Anyway, let's start recapping and we'll talk details in a bit. All right. So, there's gonna be like there's gonna be a wedding shower. Eliza throws a wedding shower for Alex and Maggie. And they have like a dinner as J'onn and Kara heading off to Mars. Alex and Maggie have dinner with Eliza, sort of prepping for the wedding shower, I guess. And we get into the story of Alex's dad and how he left her, well, sort of like kicked her out of her home at 14 years old because he found out she was gay. So she's retelling that storyline to Eliza. Okay, off the bat here, I really hate that, like, the biggest storyline and the most amount of, like this episode is pretty much, like, it's very much, like, sort of focused on Maggie, as well as J'onn, right? It was sort of, you know, two main points, but she got, like, a storyline this episode, which was unusual, right? I hate that Maggie's storyline, literally, like, the only main one she's gonna get, is this, like, awful one. Like, I don't know how to express my thoughts. I hate that it was just, what's the word? Like, just really sad. It was really sad and depressing, and, like, I hate that this was, like, literally the only real storyline we're gonna get from Maggie, right? I really hate that. Anyway, moving on, Maggie's telling the story of how she got kicked out at 14. And then we move on to, sorry, that was weird. We move on to, Alex sort of talking to Maggie about this. I also really hate what they did with Alex this episode. We'll get to that more at the end. But so Alex sort of convinces Maggie to reconnect with her dad, right? Like, shouldn't it be time that they reconnect? She's getting married. Isn't this the perfect opportunity? First of all, why is it her responsibility to reconnect with... I was so mad watching this. I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? I'm so mad, just, like, recapping it. Anyway, so Alex convinces Maggie to reconnect with her family and invite them to the wedding shower. Maggie goes ahead and does that. She calls her dad and they talk for a bit. Also, I want to talk about why did they make her Latino? Like, that was a whole issue last season, right? That was a big issue last season with Floriana's, like, actual race in real life. In season 2, they sort of had, like, she was just, like, non-white. That was her descriptor, right? I don't understand, with all that sort of backlash that happened in season 2 in regards to her being Latino, I don't understand why they actually went through with that this season. Anyway, that was just, like, that confused me. I don't know. Anyway, so she calls her dad and invites him to the wedding. Well, she invites the family, but only the dad shows up. The mum doesn't. It kind of, that, again, confused me a little bit because, like, we've only ever heard about her dad, right? Her dad was the one that kicked her out, like, packed up her suitcase, drove her to the aunt's and kicked her out. We don't really know if, like, her mum was that, what's the word? Like, against it? Is that the right word? I don't know. We don't know Maggie's mum's thoughts on everything, which was why I was, you know, why did the dad come and not the mum when it was, like, sort of the dad who kicked her out? Anyway, moving on from that. Dad shows up, is very standoffish, and I don't understand why he came. I don't understand the storyline, to be honest. I just don't understand the storyline. Moving on. We jump to the actual wedding shower. So the dad rocks up, right? Can we talk about Alex in this screenshot, though? That look. Anyway, the dad rocks up. It's sort of okay. They're, like, talking. It's weird. He has like a baby picture of her, which he puts on the board. And it seems to be going okay for like 2 minutes. And then Maggie and Alex kiss and he like just is disgusted, I guess. I just, this storyline was a good one. Anyway, so they kiss, he goes off his nutter and walks out. This is like, I guess, where it gets even more stupid. This storyline gets even more stupid. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. So Maggie goes after her dad, okay? And is like, what is up, bro? You know, what's your deal? Why are you doing this? He goes on to say, I came to this country when I was like 9 years old, right? And I was beaten and bullied and harassed and, you know, just like not accepted. And I had to work really, really hard to sort of become accepted, right? And he did that so his family didn't have to. So his family didn't have to go through all that pain, right? And could just, you know, they didn't have to go through all that discrimination, right? So that's his reasoning why he's so hateful against her being gay. It doesn't make sense. Literally, he wanted Maggie to feel accepted and welcome and you know, loved, right? That's what he wanted for his family. And yet her biggest like obstacle in this world is him. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. I don't understand that writing. I don't understand it. I can't. He talks about how, like, you know, the world hasn't changed. They're building a wall to, like, try and kick them out because they think they're, like, all rapists and criminals, right? And the only thing worse than Latinos and stuff like that are homosexuals, right? He said that, but Trump isn't the president in this world. We've got that alien chick president, right? I don't understand where that came from. There is just not a whole lot of thought going into this story. And it just hurts my brain and my soul and my heart. I could not. I hated it. I hated the storyline so much. Okay, so moving on. We end the episode with, we end this sort of storyline with her saying, thank you for coming because I've found out I don't need you. That's how it ended. I cannot. For those of you that don't want to be spoiled, just move on from here. I feel like, you know, at this point you guys should know there is going to be spoilers about episodes. We know Maggie is we know Floriana is leaving. And specific dates on that, again, spoilers if you guys don't want to hear this, move on. It's happening in 2 episodes' time. So we get this storyline with Maggie. Right. We get this storyline with Maggie, literally her biggest storyline since being on the show. And it's like this hurtful storyline. This really, really dark, abusive storyline, right? And then she ends the storyline with saying, you know, I don't need you. I am loved and accepted here, right? In 2 episodes' time, she's gonna be gone. Her and Alex are not gonna be a thing anymore. They're gonna break everything off in 2 episodes' time. This is what pisses me off with this storyline. It's just, it's not well done. The writers / producers at San Diego Comic-Con just loved to reassure everyone how they are respecting the beautiful relationship that is Alex and Maggie Danvers, I should say. And yet they do this. The only storyline we get from Maggie is an abusive one, and then she's gonna go in 2 episodes' time. It just makes me sad. They could have done so much with Maggie. Anyway, onto this scene, which is where, like, my issue with how they wrote Alex's sort of part in this. She is like, I'm glad you've got some, I'm glad you've got some closure, right? She's like, I'm glad you got some closure with your family, because now maybe you might feel differently about your own family, right? That in itself is just why are they writing Alex like this? Like, why are they writing Alex like this? I don't understand. Like, anyway, Maggie's like, oh, no. I don't, even though I've got closure, I don't see kids in my future. All I need is you. And I guess, she's like, I guess we need to know if that's how you feel as well. Which is another thing I fucking hated. Like, that's like saying, I don't need kids to be happy. Are you saying that you need kids to be happy? Or are you okay not having kids? Like, are you going to be happy without kids? This storyline is so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'm so mad. I'm so mad with how it's being written. I'm so mad. I'm trying, like, to not, like, just go off my nutter, because, like, it's shitty. It's really, really shitty. Like, I understand Floriana's leaving. Sanva's storyline has to be wrapped up. I get that, right? Obviously, I'm bummed that Maggie's leaving. I loved Maggie, but, like, bummed that she's leaving, but I understand it. I just hate how this whole storyline is being written. It is awful. Like, really is truly awful. I hated the proposal to begin with. I'm sure, obviously we don't know for certain, but, like, I feel like there was an interview, right? An interview that went up. I've got, like, a screenshot on my phone that Floriana did. And she said, as revealed shortly after season 2 finale, Floriana Lima is only set to return for a handful of episodes in season 3. Okay? She goes on to say, in the beginning, Maggie wasn't really supposed to be a big, huge part of the show. It was supposed to be season 2, but then because of the amazing fans of Sanvers, caught on and really loved the storyline. We went on to do multiple episodes to continue the story as much as we could. We went back and forth on how long it would take to wrap up the story and what they would need from me. Okay. Let's talk about that for a second. First of all, let's assume what she's saying is true, okay? Let's assume what she's saying is true. And Maggie was only supposed to be there for season 2, okay? Why the fuck was there a proposal at the end of season 2? Why? If she was only supposed to be there for season 2 and they added her on to season 3 for a couple episodes because they saw how much the Sanvers fans loved her, right? Well, the fans loved her. They added a couple more episodes to sort of wrap up her storyline. Why the fuck was there a proposal? What? No. Also, quick question. Why does this storyline / relationship have to be wrapped up? Why? I'm confused. I have no answers for this. Why if I just anyway, so there seems to be that's just going off what she said is 100% true. But there seems to be some mixing sort of, I guess, reports. Floriana saying that the role was only supposed to be for season 2, and then they added a couple episodes to end it well. Doesn't really make sense, but whatever. There's also reports saying that, you know, Maggie was supposed to continue, but Floriana got, like, another gig. She wanted to move on, so they wrapped up the Sam storyline. So the whole thing is a shit show. The whole thing is a shit show. Either way, doesn't matter what, you know, story is true. The way they're writing Samvers, the way they're ending Samvers is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This whole kid storyline is, I don't know the exact timeline, but, like, Alex was confronted with her sexuality, right? Accepted her sexuality, got her first girlfriend, and proposed all within a year, correct? This all happened in less than a year's time. And now they're talking about kids. This is like deal-breaking shit happening right now in their relationship. How long have they been engaged for? A couple months maybe? I don't know the timeline, but it's all stupid. It is all, it seems so rushed, this, like, them wrapping up Samvers because of the proposal, right? Like, they have to sort of break up this engagement in sort of, like, a reasonable way. I hate the engagement to begin with. Like, I don't understand why they went there in the first place. It's frustrating as hell. It is frustrating as hell. I don't know. So that was this episode. What are your thoughts on it? For those of you that are here live, I would like to know your thoughts on it. I don't know. I'm so frustrated by this shit show. Like, it has the potential to be so good. And, like, why wasn't Lena and Rain in this episode? I miss their faces. Yeah, I just had I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I just cannot. Not gonna lie, I might get my head bitten off for this, because there are some very passionate fans, I guess, on Twitter that don't like it when people say this, but I am excited / wanting Alex to date again after the Samvers storyline has been wrapped up. I want her to actually date, you know? Like, not just propose and plan kids in a future with your first girlfriend in under a year. I would like to see her date. I know there has been some shit happening with her and Katie, like, in real life. People, like, fans have been, like, attacking them. That is, you know, that's not cool. That's really not cool. Like, obviously, I don't know how they're going to do that storyline. I'm going to wait to see how they do that storyline before I love it or hate it, right? Aesthetically, love the idea of Alex and Sarah together, right? Two gorgeous ladies, what's not to love? But I think I say this, I'm excited for Alex to actually date, you know? I'm excited for Alex to get her groove on, right? But in saying that all sort of relies on them writing her storyline well after Maggie, you know, post Maggie. And I don't 100%, I'm not 100% confident that they're going to explore Alex's sexuality post Maggie well. but we shall see. I'm going to see how they do it first before I criticize. But, you know, I just... like, I'm not... I don't know. I don't know how to process. What are the people in the chat saying, for those of you that are live? We've got... I don't understand why they couldn't have had Maggie say no to the proposal. That's true. They could have just wrapped it up there. They shouldn't have done the proposal. Maybe they break up by Maggie getting a better job somewhere new. That's what I was hoping. Like, I guess, like, at the end of season 2, it kind of threw me, the proposal, because I was like, why? And then when I heard Florian was leaving, I was like, well, they could do the storyline that, like, you know, Maggie is going back to Gotham, right? You know, if you guys have read the comics, she is with Batwoman, right? So I thought, you know, that's a perfect way to sort of just, you know, move her out of this storyline, out of the Supergirl world, send her back to Gotham, have her get a job in Gotham or whatever. But they didn't do that. They decided to go along the kids' route, which, again, I don't know. I honestly did not fully invest in Sanvers in the first place because it's the CW. CW has its history, lol. I mean, that's true. Yeah. I feel like my problem was I was invested with Alex because of season 1. I was a huge fan of season 1, and I was like, Alex was my favorite character in season 1, right? So I was already invested in her, and then when I, you know, found out she could have a possible female love interest, I was like, I'm already on board. Like, I was on board the Sanvers ship before season 2 even begun. Like, when there was rumors that, like, Maggie was coming onto the show, I was like, I already shipped them, right? So that was my problem. I sort of was invested in Alex first, and then... oh, yeah. Girl, I'm in the same boat. Alex deserves to be happy, and as much as I love Maggie, Alex needs to move on. There you go. I just want Alex to get the same sort of dating type bullshit that straight couples get in shows. True. Yep. What's going on? Wait, Alex should 100% date. I've had no problem with Sam breaking up. It's the way they've handled that was the problem. Yeah, agreed. Like, them breaking up was inevitable. With an actor leaving, they had to sort of, you know, wrap up the storyline. It's inevitable. It's just how they're going about it is I was only somewhat invested in Maggie because she made Alex happy and was the person that sparked Alex realizing she's gay. They wanted the LGBTQ crowd to come back for next season, so they needed bait. I don't know. I just, like, they just could have done it better. It's just like, there was so much they could have done with this storyline, considering Maggie as a character, you know, in the comic books. There is so much they could have done to end this better. I just don't understand why they're going this dumb kids route. It's just weird. I want more interactions with Rain. True. Same. I'm on board with them. Not gonna lie. I don't think Alex and Sarah is going to be serious though, just rebound. I mean, yeah, they're on different shows. There's no way they could actually have, like, a long-term relationship. That'd be weird. I don't think it'd be possible. But yeah, I mean, I'm down for it, to be honest, because, like, aesthetically, like I said, gorgeous. They're both gorgeous, so. Season 1 was good and then it went down. Yeah, true. Alex had every opportunity to talk things through with Maggie not wanting kids. Like, I feel like the kids talk is maybe something you talk about before planning to marry someone, right? You talk about what each of you want in your futures before you plan on living them together, right? There's just does not make sense, this whole storyline. ship Kylo and lifelong happiness together. Same though. Sam is breaking up over kids has to be the laziest way to write an end to the relationship. Can't argue. It's frustrating as all hell. Frustrating as all hell, but I'm curious to see what they do with the rest of the season. I think I've been prepared for Sam's breaking up in like the early episodes of the season, so I haven't really been too attached to their storylines this season because I know the end game, right? This episode particularly pissed me off because there was just so much dumbness around it, but I'm still sort of, prepared for the next couple episodes. I am curious and I don't know if I should be hopeful, but I want Supergirl to be good this season. I really do want to be good this season. And it seems so far, 3 episodes in, so far, it's actually been good. Apart from the Sanford storyline, it's actually been half decent, right? I really liked the last episode. I think everything apart from Sanford so far this season has been decent. So I'm excited /hopeful /nervous for the rest of the season, right? I'm curious to see what they do with Alex for the rest of the season and how they handle her storyline and stuff like that. I think I'm a bit of an optimist, I think. I'm always hoping for the best, but I feel like this season is like make or break, right? If I get to the end of this season and feel the same way as I did last season, that'll probably be it, right? But if they actually manage to pull me back in, then I'll come back for the next season, This is it. This is the make or break season for me. So that was this episode. I loved getting Goofy Kara back this episode. That's so true. Except I'm worried they're gonna make Lena and James get together. Me too though. I am so, like that last episode, I was so, I can't. If they actually make it happen, I'm gonna be so mad. Like literally, Lena and James make the least amount of sense of any pairing in this show. I just can't, if they put them together, we'll know it's just so like to pair off James and Lena because they don't want to pair them off with anyone else. Like they don't want to pair James off with Kara because he's too perfect for her, apparently. That was such bullshit. That interview made me mad. Anyway, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it was an interview that happened at San Diego Comic-Con. Someone asked why did they break James and Kara up so suddenly? And they were like, well, James and Kara are just too good together. They're too heroic and too good. So we needed, this is a drama show. We needed to bring drama in. So they broke them off and brought in Mon-El. I was like, that's such bullshit. Anyway, so they obviously don't want to pair up James and Kara. They don't want Lena to be paired up with Kara. They want people to stop shipping that, clearly. So they're like, let's just put these two together. If they do it, I'll be so mad. I will be so mad if they do it. But we're just going to have to wait and see, I guess. We're going to have to wait and see. That's, okay, so I think that's this week's recap video. Thank you guys for stopping by, if you guys are here live. If you guys are watching this as a video, thank you for watching all the way through, if you've made it this far. If you liked it, hit that like button. That'd be amazing. I will continue to do these live, I think, until I can't anymore. So we'll see how the next few episodes go. It'll be happening same time, I guess, next week. Yeah. Also, for those of you that are keen for tomorrow, I'm going to be live streaming a couple hours before the Camilla movie drops. So that's going to be happening. We're going to be rewatching some favorite episodes before the Camilla movie drops. Favorite episodes of Camilla. That's going to be fun. So that's happening a couple hours before the movie drops. I'll be posting events soon. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you all for joining me. And I'll see you guys in my next video / live stream. Okay, bye.